Matthew chapter number 16, verses number 7 and 8. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, "It is because we have taken no bread." Which, when Jesus perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? Now, when we look at verses number 7, 8, we have to go back to the previous verses. And verse number 5 brings us to the point where the disciples and Jesus, or Yeshua, had came to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. And through mistake, happenstance, what have you, they forgot to take bread. And then Christ wasn't even concerned about physical bread. He was warning them to beware of the leaven, the sin, the self-righteousness of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, just because Jesus said leaven or leaven, they assumed that he meant physical bread. And they were saying, this is what we need to be careful of. Christ is getting on us, rebuking us, chastising us because we didn't bring any bread. And then Christ turned and, O ye of little faith. This phrase was uttered so often. You can come over here to the Treasury of Scriptures. You can see Matthew 6th chapter, verse number 30. Wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast in the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? This is saying how God has everything taken care of. Why are you worried? Matthew 8:26. Once again, he said to them, why are ye fearful? Don't you believe that God controls everything? And then chapter number 14, verse number 31, when Peter was walking on the water and he started to sink. Christ, O thou of little faith. And then you can read Mark 16 and 14. That's when he appeared to them after the resurrection. And what he was trying to get over to them. Things do happen in our lives. And we are put in situations where our back can be against the wall. But he was saying, don't fear. Trust that God has everything under control. Just because this was a surprise to you does not mean it was a surprise to God. And that's what he is constantly trying to have the disciples to believe in the loving, all-providing God. And before we beat up on the disciples too much, how many times have the same thing happened to us? How many times do we panic? Do we worry? Do we stress out when we can't figure out a way? God never told us to figure out a way. In fact, God told us, Jesus or Yeshua told us to take no thought for today. Our mission and our job is to do what his will is for us to do today. Not worry, not panic, not stress out. Anxiety is a killer. God, we bless you. We worship you and help us to seek your face and trust you the more.